Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 59! Okay, double up. Shift! Check three, check.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And an alley to run. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On first down, it's Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 180. Mike is 59. Mike 21. Here we go. Hot.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. This is Coleman. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let him know.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
22 jet bomber. Watch the ship. Value 1. Watch the ship. 17.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all of these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
What? 180! You got nothing there.
From the gun on third down. Goff. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now Goff gets this into the hands of Brandon Cooks, and he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Super 66.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again is Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
We go to that. 180. Super. 41 Mike. Right here.
Goff throwing again. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 21-3 is your score after 1.
Here we go. 180. 58, right there. 13. You better be afraid of me. 21.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. 180. Check, 59. I got you, son.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Here we go, G, get off the field.
After the run, Goff going to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Cut! 120! We're good, we're good.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here goes tonight. 180.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 23. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Slam, slam, slam. White.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Fights him off. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The tackle there by George Odom.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run the toss with Henderson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 15 now. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 180. He can't. Lock.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
120.
Goff now looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down to them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. On second down, it's Coleman. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 22. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. So good field position for the Rams as they come up first and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Super one.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another first and 10. Here's Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Rams on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
Play action. It's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll try the air now with Goff. Dancing to his left. And the Rams with a score. Touchdown. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Garoppolo now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now this one was running back out of the backfield. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Go. He's checking. 21. Hey, gun. Watch the screen. Set hunt.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Alert 3. Under 10. Check.
7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The pass rush specialist, D4 in on the stop.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
To throw is gone. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Woods the intended receiver. Third down here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game. So defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmaker.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.